You're the head of strategy at Hour One, which pioneered generating lifelike video avatars or AI clones of humans. You've called them virtual humans or virtual twins, and promoted a virtual human economy, which we'll get to momentarily, or maybe that will even tie into your answer right now. So tell us what value this technology does provide. What are the great use cases for virtual humans, for these virtual presences, and how does that create a virtual human economy?
So first of all, virtual humans should not replace real humans. And I think the whole preamble to this question that we just got passionate about sort of suggests that. Virtual humans and the use of, let's just call them AI avatars in content, have had success and should continue to be deployed in areas where humans don't have any business being. And that is to say, let's start with where we found product market fit as a category.
Nuclear cleanup sites.
Yes. Or learning and development within enterprise organizations where people are just so bored with the content that is just kind of the kind of content that you have to consume. You have to hit these kind of quotas. People need to learn, everything from kind of like safety hazards to compliance and all of this kind of stuff. It needs to be done. There isn't a lot of budget that's assigned to this type of content. It isn't profit generating, but it's boring. And it usually exists as a PDF, right? So this has been a ripe place for AI avatars and generative video content to play. So what you just do is you can literally take PDFs and transform them into engaging presenter-led videos through an assortment of AI avatars that you can select from the platform, through different templates that actually make you look like that you've invested a lot in video editing, and you can instantly upgrade your content. So that's one very basic area where, not necessarily the sexiest, but where there has been massive product market fit over the last few years. And then I think the next place is, so as avatars have become more commonplace, or at least AI has become more integrated and accepted, in society and culturally. And, since the ChatGPT moment, I think we've seen more outward use cases of this technology. So, for example, one of our customers, Reckitt, pharmaceutical brand, uses AI avatars within their Amazon listings to explain baby formula products. So just again, so this is a place where you wouldn't have a human being presenting the small print of these products, but the small print of these products is not easy to consume, and it's important. And, young parents need to know this information. So this small print has been transformed into these friendly, engaging AI avatar-led videos that explain products in a way that is a lot more digestible.
Now, can this today, I know it could be done, and it sounds like based on the podcast kind of interview format that you were describing being possible or being in development, I know that this is possible. Is it done today yet that in that kind of example where there is an Amazon shopping listing being explained, can the Amazon shopper ask questions and get a response at this time?
So at this time, within the Amazon use case, the way that you could do that is through having, so the listing will support video, so static images and video. So within that setting, you could have a series of videos, right, that address different questions.
Right.
That said, sort of outside of that particular use case, yes, I think you can have conversations with AI avatars. Today, a real-time live conversation is not going to have the same visual quality of a video avatar that is pre-rendered, that takes a couple of minutes to render.
Right.
So there are some trade-offs, but we are getting to a point where it will all kind of come together, where you can have a realistic, real-time conversation that feels immersive, that feels lifelike. So that's coming. But today, I wouldn't say that all of those components come together to have a great experience.
We've talked about the L&D training. You talked about explaining, shopping listings. And so now I think you were about to go into kind of a broader virtual human economy.
Yeah, currently, and through the kind of Read AI moment where we've seen a thought leader really use this technology in a way to fulfill his vision and what he's trying to do, which is to get his points of view out there in ways that resonate with people. And so he's been playing with the medium of having an AI twin to help him with his thought leadership. He also translated a commencement speech into a dozen different languages so that he could reach people in different countries who he could normally not communicate with. And so since that moment, it's taught us a lot of things, and it continues to as, in this partnership. But what we've seen is that people who have IP in their image, their likeness, their ideas, who they are, have a lot to be gained through this technology. And so also people are getting used to cloning themselves, right? So this is kind of a bit of a pivot. It's always been the vision that, let's say, everybody with a LinkedIn profile would have an AI avatar that could communicate for them on their behalf, help them to be more productive, help them to augment their skills, and all of that. And I think that we're kind of hitting that pivotal moment thanks to capabilities. So more realistic AI clones that people respond really well to. The fact that people are more kind of sort of receptive to just sort of AI as a communications medium in general. And then also now the fact that that thought leaders are actually seeing the benefit of using this technology in order to kind of fulfill their mission in terms of the brand that they're trying to build and that kind of thing. So this kind of touches on the virtual human economy in that you can start to use your virtual human, your virtual twin, to help, advance whatever it is that you're trying to do. And so in some cases, when we're talking about people of note who are using their virtual twin to just scale and augment content, that's one thing. But you can start to create products, right? With that, we actually had we've had thought leaders make money out of their AI avatar having a job with a different platform. So, for example, we had a futurist called Ian Beecroft, whose AI twin became the AI correspondent for a news platform called Defiance Media, which is 100% digital, AI first, uses AI avatars for presenting. And so that was kind of like a new type of deal. And the ability to scale yourself and then literally actually make money out of your AI twin is something that is just really fascinating. And so that's an example of what I call the virtual human economy, in which we can create our AI clones, our AI selves, and put them to work on our behalf in myriad ways. And sure, like this, when I think about it through the lens of Hour One, these are our physical kind of AI avatars, right? Sort of our digital representations. But equally, it can be your body of work, your books, the way that you think, your expertise. Because I also, you can see how this works for entertainment and A-listers, right? That have a lot of these assets that already trade on this asset of who they are. But then for, white collar workers, how does that work? Well, I think what we're going to see is our platforms enable people to clone their expertise and make their expertise available at a lower cost than would ordinarily be available if you needed their time, and also opens up that type of expertise to people that couldn't necessarily afford it. Or just, imagine, this is what I'm hoping for, you need a contract to just be reviewed. You don't necessarily want to pay thousands of dollars and spend weeks trying to make that happen. The idea that you can kind of license just access to that as you need it is interesting. And it can also become a lead generator for those experts. So you like what you saw, you like that little taste of my expertise. So, like maybe there's a more involved project and then we'll engage in person.